So?
So what?
Any luck?
With what?
You know.
See, Ari, I really have no idea what you're talking about. Maybe you could stop with the subtlety?
I'm talking about Natsuki.
What about Natsuki?
That you like her.
Oh, yeah, no, sorry. I'll admit she's kind of my type. But I don't think I like her. Do I? I never really thought about it, really. Maybe I'll see how things go on Sunday. It is true that, besides Sayori, I spend most of my time around Natsuki.
I can see it.
Whatever you say, Sayori. Today is Sunday. Natsuki's probably on her way already. I've been thinking about her more than I probably should. Sayori really got into my head. That must be her. Hey, Natsuki.
Are you ready to make some cupcakes?
I see you brought a lot of stuff. Natsuki's carrying a large bag that is probably full of baking supplies.
Well, I didn't want to come all this way to find out that your kitchen isn't equipped for the job. You bought everything I asked you to, right?
Yeah, I did. Yesterday, Natsuki asked me to buy a bunch of ingredients if I didn't already have them at home.
Good. Glad I could count on you to do your part.
Well, of course. I'm surprised to hear Natsuki suddenly say that, rather than something snarky like she usually does. But she is usually a little different outside of school. Anyway, let's go to the kitchen.
What, you're not even gonna offer to take this heavy bag from me? Where's your hospitality, Hallie?
Come on. Since when did I need to be a gentleman? I grab the bag Natsuki holds out to me. Gugh! This is ridiculously heavy!
I carried it all the way here. Are you impressed?
I see now. Yeah, I am impressed, Natsuki. It seems like I underestimated you.
It's because I'm so small, isn't it? You jerk.
Natsuki hits a fist into my chest. Hey! Your size has nothing to do with it. Did you really hate being small that much?
It's not like I hate it. I mean, sometimes I like proving people wrong when they only think I'm worth my size. It's fun that I get to be small and also better than other people. But, geez, never mind. What are you making me say? Don't think you can make me talk about weird things just because we're not at school. Are we getting started or what? There's a lot we have to do, you know. What?
That's a little bit more like you. You're more fun when you just speak your mind like that.
Hey! How are you? Now you are treating me like a kid. I was just trying to be a little nicer to you, you know. And just because I don't have a mature and sexy figure like you doesn't mean you should treat me like...
Natsuki catches her words and her face turns red. Natsuki!
Forget it! I didn't say anything!
I should apologize.
Eh?
I appreciate that you were trying to be nicer. I should have been a little more considerate, too. But also, if that's what you're thinking, then you should know that there are tons of guys who are into body types like yours.
How would you know that anyway?
Just trust me on this one.
Gross!
Hey, what's that to me?
Who else?
Man, let's just get started already.
You get all sour when a girl calls you gross. I finally found your weakness, Hallie.
Natsuki smiles deviously. Please spare me. Well, if Natsuki decides to dish out more insults like that, there's no way I'm not fighting back. But she's satisfied enough for now, finally starting to pull things out of her bag so we can get started. Before long, the whole kitchen is a mess. Spoons, dirty bowls, flour, spilled fluid, and plastic bags are strewn about every countertop. The mixture isn't big enough to make all the batter at once, so we've had to do it several times. Meanwhile, Natsuki is babysitting all of my movements to make sure I don't mess up her precious baking.
Hallie, where'd you put the food coloring? The batter's going to be in the oven soon, so I need to fill the trays.
I think it's still in the bag next to the table. What are you using it for?
To color the batter, of course. I'm making each tray a different color. That way, even if the flavors aren't different, everyone can still pick their favorite.
Ah, that's a good idea. Are we doing anything like that with the icing?
Do you want to?
You're asking me? I don't really have a preference, so...
Come on! You're not putting any heart into this at all. Can you at least try to have fun?
I'm having fun. I'm not really sure what Natsuki is trying to get out of me. Meanwhile, I see her separate the batter into smaller bowls and put a few drops of food coloring into each. That does look pretty cool.
See? It's not like baking is just about following instructions. The presentation is where you get to be creative and have the most fun. It's a million times more worth it in the end if you just looking at it makes everyone else's eyes light up.
Like the ones you made on my first day, huh? I recall Natsuki proudly presenting the croquette-shaped cupcakes and Sayori and Monika's delighted expressions. I wonder if I can make Natsuki proud like that too? Yeah, maybe I will use the food coloring then.
Sounds like you're starting to understand. Just make sure you completely finish mixing the icing before you mess with the food coloring.
Yeah, it's getting there. We were using the electric mixer for the batter, so I got stuck with a whisk and a huge bowl for the icing.
Eh? The icing's still lumpy. Are you even trying?
Well, yeah, it just takes a little longer.
Geez, it'll be Here, I'll mind if you do it like that. Here, look.
Natsuki grabs the whisk from me and uses her other hand to tilt the bowl back.
You really need to beat the crap out of it.
After a few seconds, the consistency of the icing has already improved.
See?
As if to emphasize, Natsuki sticks a finger in the icing and pops it in her mouth. I reluctantly start to do the same.
Hey!
Natsuki suddenly grabs my wrist.
I don't want your gross fingers on my icing.
Your icing, eh? Are you forgetting who did all the work? I start to fight back, trying to inch my finger toward the bowl.
Don't make me beat the crap out of you next.
I'd like to see you try. I push harder, just enough for my finger to reach the icing. I triumphantly scoop some with my finger, just as Natsuki tugs it with all her might. Ah! The force of Natsuki pulling me causes me to stumble, making her stumble and turn.
Gross! You got it on my face.
Whose fault is that? There's a big glob of icing on Natsuki's cheek. She tries to reach it with her tongue, but it's too far away.
Jeez. You know what? Take this.
Natsuki instead wipes it off with her finger before shoving her finger toward my own face. You wish! I'm faster. I grab her wrist with my hand before it reaches my face. Natsuki tries to use her other hand to fight back, but I grab that one as well.
Stop!
Not until you apologize for calling me gross.
Fine. I'm sorry for calling you gross. You know I don't mean it. It's just fun seeing you react to it. You do that to me all the time, you know. Saying dumb things just to get a reaction out of me. You really shouldn't tease girls like that.
Natsuki licks the icing off of her finger. Is that so? In that case, I probably shouldn't do this either. Hey, Natsuki. Would you go on a date with me?
What? Did you seriously just...
Natsuki is so surprised that she can't even properly process the question. Her face is entirely red.
Ellie, you really shouldn't say that kind of thing to girls unless you really like them. You know that, right?
Natsuki gazes at me in silence. I notice her shallow breaths. Why am I starting to feel dizzy?
Eh?
Out of nowhere, the fire alarm starts going off. Natsuki rushes over to the oven. Is something burning? I thought you didn't put the cupcakes in yet.
No wonder. You left a dirty tray in here, dummy. How could you make a mistake like that?
You should have checked before turning the oven on.
Don't blame me for your mistakes. Jeez.
Natsuki uses an oven mitt to grab the blackened tray out of the oven. She sets it on top of the stove. In another moment, the fire alarm stops.
Anyway, I put them in the oven now.
Yeah, the tension from the moment before still lingers over our heads. But the moment has already been lost. I watch as Natsuki slides the cupcake trays into the oven. Then I reluctantly pick up the whisk and continue with the icing like nothing ever happened.
Wow, it smells so good.
The cupcakes are ready to be pulled out of the oven. As soon as Natsuki opens the oven door, a blast of sweet-smelling warm air fills the room.
Look at how cute they are.
Then she proudly shows off the different colored cupcakes in each of the trays. They'll look even better once we add the icing.
Not like you need to tell me that, or need to tell me that. I brought decorating stuff, so I hope you can get creative. Here, scoop the icing into these bags.
Natsuki hands me some plastic bags.
I have these nozzles that will make it look nice and fluffy. This one can even make flowers. We probably won't be using it this time, though.
What's this one for? I pick up one of the nozzles that has a much thinner tip than the others.
That one's really thin, so you can use it to make stripes or other patterns. But you can also use it to write stuff on a cake. Like happy birthday or whatever.
Huh, I see. That gives me an idea, actually.
Eh?
Well, it's a literature event, right? We could make it more literature-themed by writing a different word on each of the cupcakes. It would be fun to see people choose their cupcake based on the word they like.
Oh. I was kind of expecting you to say something really stupid. But that's actually a really cute idea, so...
Maybe I'm getting it from you.
Well, what's that supposed to mean? I'm not cute.
Come on. We're not at school. Nobody's judging. You can't dress and act like this and not expect me to think you're cute.
Well...
Natsuki's voice trails off.
Same with you.
Huh? Did you say something?
No, nothing. Let's just do the icing.
Natsuki picks up the paste and fastens a nozzle onto each of the bags.
There's a lot to do, so we shouldn't be wasting time. Here, I'll show you how to do it.
Without giving me a chance to think about it before, Natsuki quickly moves on. She shows me how to apply the icing, and then we each get to work. When we're finally finished, Natsuki puts them all side by side to admire our work.
Look at how pretty they are together.
Yeah, they are, aren't they?
Oh, I wish I could have one now.
Well, there's no reason you can't, right? I don't see any harm in that.
Well, yeah, but my dad's making dinner tonight, so I really need to save my appetite.
Sierra's the exact opposite in that regard. If she was here, we'd probably be down 10 cupcakes already, and she would still eat dinner.
Come on, that's just unhealthy. Besides, when my dad cooks, I need to eat as much of it as I can. Well, anyway, I was hoping we would have time for manga, but I need to get home for dinner.
Ah, already? That's a shame.
It's your fault for working so slowly. You should have thought about that. It's not like you always have this chance.
Man, as usual, Natsuki places the blame on me.
You can bring the cupcakes tomorrow, right? If you and Sierra each carry some, then you can probably do it in one trip.
Yeah, I can do that. And don't worry, I won't let her eat any.
I Congratulations, it's to you.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm all packed up. Good work today.
You too. I'll walk you out, I guess. Just like that, Natsuki is already about to leave. It feels like the afternoon went by in a flash. More than that.
Well, I guess I'll be off then. Thanks for all the help and everything. I'll see you tomorrow.
Wait, Natsuki.
Eh?
What you said before about not always having this chance, it doesn't have to be that way at all. I had fun today. You showed me how fun baking can be, like you wanted. But aside from that, you can come over anytime, okay? I think that if possible, I'd like to spend more time like this. If you want to read manga or go out somewhere...
Do you really mean that?
Natsuki looks at me tensely, like she's trying to hide her expression. Yeah, I was serious when I asked if you'd go on a date with me, you know.
Hallie, I thought... I'm sorry I had to leave so early today. I really didn't want to. I would really stay here longer if I could. I feel the same way as you, so...
Natsuki suddenly gets closer to me. Wait, Natsuki? Standing inches from me, Natsuki looks up at me. I feel her fingers gently clutch at the sides of my shirt as if holding onto me. Her rose-colored cheeks and matching eyes fill my vision along with her slightly parted lips. What is happening? My head starts to go dizzy as I feel her soft breaths against me.
I felt it for a while now.
I feel myself lean in my head closer to Natsuki's. The world spins as our lips meet. I'm kissing Natsuki. What a weird thought.
Hey, Hallie. We actually need some more groceries at the house. Would you want to come with me?
Yeah, sure. So...
Yeah?
About earlier, I guess that makes the festival our first date, huh?
I guess.
Natsuki ignores eye contact for most of the ride to the store. Avoids eye contact? I don't think she processes romance all that well. Apparently the store she goes to is a bit far from her home. But she says it's worth it for certain ingredients that she buys. Eventually I fell the train slow to a stop. So what are we getting exactly?
Well, I'm getting a few things for home.
Natsuki wanders the aisles, picking up items like milk and bread. After getting a number of items, she combs through the aisles until she finds a particular box of cake mix.
Found it! This one is the best, Hallie.
You know, if you want, you can call me Eli.
Oh, okay. Eli?
Natsuki takes her items up to the counter. I decide to buy a bottle of soda while I'm here. That'll be 25.40.
I guess I'll have to put something back.
What's up?
I only have 2,000.
Well, since I'm already buying this soda, why don't I pay for it?
You don't have to do that, you know.
Maybe, but... Well... First choice. Natsuki. Alright, well, I'm gonna drop this one here. I'm gonna assume that they're following a pattern here. There's gonna be like 3 choices per route, perhaps. I feel like she's gonna take more offense to one of these. This sounds ruder. You could use help. You look like you really that cake mix. Really want that cake mix? I'd say you could use a little help.
Yeah, okay, whatever. But I'm paying you back. Thanks for coming with me.
Oh, no problem. So about that kiss, I wouldn't mind doing more of that.
Pervert. But I guess that I was pretty good, huh?
Well, canistering was a first for both of us. Yeah, I guess you were. You know, I guess Sayori was right.
Huh? About what?
I guess I was kind of into you ever since we started reading manga together.
Pervert.
I roll my eyes as I slide a little closer to her. I'm guessing we might have to be careful if I ever come over.
Careful is understating it.
I walk Natsuki back to her house. I'm careful not to get too close to the house. I wonder what Natsuki's home life is really like. I also wonder if we're supposed to inform the other club members of our new relationship.
Come on, can't I just take one?
No, Sayori, they're for the festival.
Please, just one.
If there are any left over, then maybe. If there are, you can't... It's not if they are any left over.
So?
So what, Sayori?
What happened yesterday?
A lot. I think that's all you have to know.
But...
Yeah, okay, but I don't know if we're gonna be telling the others just yet. So don't say anything until I talk to Natsuki.
Fine. I actually think they came out really nice. Oh, Hallie,
Hey, Sayori, just lay the banner over there. I'll set it up in a bit. Now we just need...
I'm here. This is gonna be the best festival ever.
It sure will be with nah. Well, anyway, we should start getting everything ready. As promised, Monica hangs up the banner, praising the look of it. Yuri wrote an inspirational quote at the bottom. Natsuki starts taking the cupcakes and placing them on the desks. Yuri sets up her aromatherapy, while Sayori and I hang up paper ribbon curtains that Yuri made in front of the doorway. Monica starts setting up the podium for the 5 of us to read our poems. Soon people start showing up to the club room. As expected, the students sit down and pick up a cupcake each. When Monica explains that the 5 of us will read poems, the students quiet down, not knowing what to expect. Monica begins her poem. As per usual, her poem is abstract, but the way she carries herself when reciting it almost gives me a feeling of comprehension. I feel anxious knowing she probably set the bar pretty high for the rest of us. I feel anxious knowing that they copy-pasted this 4 times on the all routes. Unsurprisingly, the crowd seems to have appreciated the poem. Sayori is the next up. Her poem is not recited as elegantly as Monica's, but she's confident and her poem resonates with the audience. Her poem is also appreciated. Yuri goes next. She's masterfully woven metaphors and symbolism into her poem. The language is beautiful, albeit a bit fancy for most of us. Like Monica, she succeeds in capturing the attention of everyone in the room. She appears to not even notice anyone else. Yuri quietly walks away from the podium. I recite a poem I found online, big shocker, and try my best not to stumble on my words. I know that many people are care at this point. About a third have already left. I finish the poem, secretly wishing that not many people recognize the speaker as Sally. Finally, Natsuki goes last. And it's I'll Be Your Beach. Didn't Sayori have like a new poem for this? I thought she did, but well, I guess it's because Sayori never gives us like a poem about where she like confesses her love to us. Anyway, her poem is simple and effective, and she manages to get through her poem better than I did. Her poem has a positive message. That should be about all there is to it. And yet, something about makes me smile uncontrollably. About the poem. Monica asks if anyone else is interested in sharing a poem. Only 3 people, Hanako, Elizabeth, and Scarlett, again, raise their hands, but it's enough to encourage Monica. With one of the 3 grabbing everyone's attention, I gesture to Natsuki to slip out of the room. We walk over to a stall just outside the building. It serves fried squid. We walk over to a bench and sit down, admiring the view. This is pretty fun, huh?
It is, and we've only started.
So, where are we gonna tell the others?
About what?
She's thinking about it.
I guess so. There's no reason not to.
Yeah, I guess not. What do you say we go check out a few more stalls?
Okay.
We continue to take advantage of everything the festival has to offer. After a while, I spot 2 very recognizable hair colors walking over to us.
I knew it! You did go running off to enjoy the festival together!
So, I may have already told Sayori.
Whatever. You should have talked to me first, though.
Yeah, sorry.
Wait, what's going on now?
Natsuki and I are dating.
In that case, I'm very happy for you two.
So where's Monica?
Monica is staying behind in the club room in case anyone shows up. But she said she'll join us later.
I'd hate to think she'll miss out on a lot.
No need to worry. We're all meeting up at Mugen's later.
Oh, okay, that sounds good. Well, you two have fun.
I think that's my line.
After going to every last stall, we start heading to the cafe. We find the table that Monica, Yuri, and Sayori are sitting at. I let Natsuki sit down first and then plop down next to her. Having already eaten enough during the festival, we each just get a drink and some pastries.
So, Sayori and Yuri told me about you guys. I'm happy for you. You two didn't take that long, did you?
I guess not.
Oh, by the way, Sayori and I are having a girls' night out. Wanna come with us, Yuri? Me? Well, I guess it'd be fun.
What about me?
I think there are other plans you can make.
Monica winks in our direction and gestures for Sayori to get up. One by one, the 3 leave their money on the table and leave, leaving only me and Natsuki. So, isn't it getting kind of late?
My dad isn't gonna be home today. So we still have time to hang out.
We can read manga.
Oh, the manga's in the club room.
Well, I think the library is still open. I happen to have a library card.
Then I guess we can do that.